welcome to our November board meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask for approval of the agenda.
A motion.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Roll call, Virginia.
Stacy Anderson.
Here.
John Larson.
Here.
Lemus Schultz.
Here.
Kelly Boyer.
Here.
Grant Clark.
Here.
Thank you. Now I'd like to invite our talented high school choir to come up and sing the national anthem, followed by the invocation given by Mrs. Boyer. If you're able, please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening as a governing board. Please help us to serve the students and staff of our district, Lord, and may we ask you to please help us to strive to be more tolerant, be more loving, and be more kind to our fellow man and to help those in need with this upcoming holiday season. We're grateful for all those who serve our students, and we're grateful for our staff, and we pray these blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Ms. Whipple, is this part of the group that went down last year and sang at the Suns game, right?
Mhm.
So normally I'm disappointed because I like to watch you guys when you sing. But to have my back to you and just hear the pure, beautiful voices brings chills. And I appreciate it so much. You guys are great, just really talented. It also gave me the opportunity to listen to the parts back and forth here and there. You guys are great. Super job.
Before we go any further, I wanted to congratulate Mr. Paul Wyatt. He'll be our new school board member starting in January. And then we move on to 5.1, approval of minutes for October 19th, October 20th, and November 1st.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 6.1, ratification of expense payroll vouchers, tax credits, and activity accounts. Mrs. Beecroft.
So for your review and approval, we have all of the vouchers from October for payroll and AP. In addition to the activity and auxiliary balances. Just a quick change. I wanted to let you know also that we will be bringing a cover sheet with all of these items. So you can, we will need your signature in addition to you approving them.
I'll make motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 7.1, call to the audience, James Zimmerman.
Evening board and members. I'm James Zimmerman. I'm been elected the chairman for the Fine Arts Booster Club.
Tonight we have a meeting at 7 p.m., but we'll address the board, let you know we have some fundraiser ideas. Mr. Marsh already signed off on them, but first idea we had that we're going to discuss tonight is caroling for a fundraiser at Christmas time. We're going to set fees tonight in our meeting, and then we're going to also like to do it again for Valentine's Day. So just want to let the board know, and we're open to suggestions for fundraisers this upcoming season because the Fine Arts has a lot of things like to do and like to help them out. So,
Okay.
You have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Item 8.1, music presentation. Mrs. Whipple.
I'll let them come up behind me while we talk about our exciting event that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. We are thrilled and excited to keep the tradition of Feast of Carols happening for the 38th annual year. For those people who have never come to Feast of Carols, you are missing out, and it is a wonderful experience. It's a Renaissance Christmas show. These students standing behind me are the Royal Court, kings, queens, jesters, lords, ladies, dukes, duchesses. They follow all the guidelines and everything they have to do for that, and they're a wonderful group of kids, and I'm super excited to have them leading this year's cast and doing the performance. We would like to invite everybody in the community and the district to come and join us this year. Our performances are November 30th through December 3rd. Dessert night is Wednesday, November 30th. The tickets are $10. And then the dinner shows are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 1st through the 3rd. And the tickets are $25 for the full 6-course feast. The show is about 2.5 hours in length. It starts at 7 p.m. each evening at Whipple Ranch Elementary School. The tickets will go on sale to the public tomorrow. You can purchase those in the lobby of the auditorium from 4 to 6:30 p.m., or you can contact Corey Lewis at 928-892-9703, and she will take care of you and make sure that you can get tickets. We hope everybody will come and join us. We're going to finish our presentation with Carol of the Bells. Enjoy.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song. Winter will ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, o'er hill and dale, telling the tale. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their cheerful tone to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song. Winter will ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, o'er hill and dale, telling the tale. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their cheerful tones to every home.
On without end, their joyful tone to every home.
Ding dong.
Hey, come up this way. Come up and say hi. Come up and give me a 5. Come this way. You can shake or you can go start that way. Go around in a line. You're good. You're first. Good job.
Good
guys.
job, Heather. Way to
Thank
go.
you, my
Rocket
favorite.
girls.
Thank
Way to go.
you.
Good job,
Thank
Jack.
you. Thanks
Way
so
to go.
much.
Good job. Jeff
Good
Lincoln,
luck.
way to go, buddy.
Who's the guy with
Have
good
fun.
voice?
Trenton, way to
Enjoy
bust it
You
out.
guys sound great.
Good job.
Jared, good
job.
job,
Good to see
buddy.
you.
Good
job,
job,
guys.
Wyatt.
You guys
Thank
higher or lower?
you.
Good
Thank
job,
you,
Callan.
Carol.
Way to go, Kel.
Higher or lower voice?
Good job, Paige. Way to
Thank
go.
you.
Good
Good
job,
luck.
guys.
Have fun doing
Rafe, way to
it.
go,
You
buddy.
guys sound way good.
Good job.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good job.
Thank
What's your name again,
Good
kid?
job.
In the morning.
Good job.
Way to go.
Good job.
Hey, how are ya?
Good to see you. Did a good job.
Rachel, way to go.
Good job.
Good
Thank you
job.
so
Oh,
much.
really?
Great job.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
very cool.
You're
One of the
awesome.
top
Thank
five?
you.
Good job.
Yeah. Did you say one of the top 5?
Yeah, they only invited 5 groups from last year back. If you were-
Nice.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you. Item 8.2, Superintendent Report, Mr. St. John.
I just want to thank Mrs. Whipple and the kids for coming. And isn't that awesome? You really do get chills. And it's why we're here. It's what we do, right? So really cool. I got my ticket already for November 30th. I think that's just the dessert one, but I'm excited about that. And the concerts have been really fantastic too. And we got some good ones coming up in junior high. So it's really cool when they come. And you have to excuse my voice. I have a bit of a cold. I also wanted to just take a second to recognize actually the first 2 things on my report. If you noticed, I was talking about the parent groups, the PTSOs, and the support. And I attended a veterans program out at Linden, and so I thought it would be appropriate if we could just take a quick moment of silence for our veterans. I know it's a few days after. So I want to thank you for that moment of silence and the music at the veterans program and that was put on at I'm not sure who exactly was responsible, but Mrs. Cosgrave's school, that was a fantastic program. And some of the vets even came up to me and said, I've never felt more appreciated. So it's a real feel good thing, a bit of work and all that, but it's so important. And what's important is also that connection that we have with our community. And so I wanted to share with you, this is by no means, so I feel bad about putting something like this on paper because it is not comprehensive. So I probably have left so many people off and so many things off, but I wanted to share with you or just show you a few of the things that are going on with the community. That's a connection with them and our school system. One of the cool things that I got to be a judge at was the snowplow painting at Nicholas. So Miss Carrie Hemis, did I say that right? As the president of the PTSO, and that's been going on. That used to go on quite a bit, and then we quit doing it. I'm not sure if that was COVID related or whatever, but it was brought back this year, and it's fantastic. So again, working with the city, they brought their plows down. I think it was 7 or 8 plows, and they put them about 15, 20 feet apart. Somebody comes down that's a good artist and helps to put the drawings that are first drawn by the kids, and then does just the little outlines of everything, and then the kids go out and paint it. They go out and paint them. So we will have the coolest snow plows in the state of Arizona for however long the paint lasts, right? But if you just look at the book fairs, I don't know if I can't remember actually if I was remiss and forgot to mention some of the work that was done at Linden on their playground also. That was driven by a dad of one of the teachers out there, and then I think about 30 some parents, you can imagine, showed up that Saturday to just sort of clean that up. And it's really night and day. It's just that big a difference. Somebody had found some funding as well because they put in some curbing and those kinds of things. And we'll get the sprinklers working. We got to have a few of those. So once it gets back into growing season, although I thought Arizona was 12 months a year, but it does get a little cold here, right? So, but nonetheless, that playground looks really, really good. And it'll look better once we get some grass going. But that was all a matter of outside support, right? Or supplemental support and leadership and connection with our parents and our community. So I won't go through all of those, but you can see a tremendous amount of support and work that goes in with our volunteers, the grandparents and parents, and just those that are supportive of Show Low Unified. So it's pretty darn awesome. It's very impressive, and I wanted to share some of that with you, even though I know I'm going to leave off a ton of stuff. So it really just a few things was what I'm sharing with you, but it's pretty impressive. One of the things I wanted to share with you is the remaining monies that we have in ESSER funding. That's a pretty important piece of my report, so I'm hoping that you got to look at that. You can see a number of things. Security cameras right now we're working on. We think that will be around $600,000 to maybe $650,000 in order to get that done. So this is the remaining funds that we have out of all the funding that we received in ESSER. In terms of the 2.41 that we can spend as long as it's connected somehow with ESSER. And then there's about 1.48 that has to do with learning loss. So the principals and Mrs. Ramsey, everybody's working on a plan in order to spend that 1.48 million. But of the 2.4, you can see the projects that we have there. So there's some junior high, high school weight rooms. This could change a little bit. That's what we're looking at right now. So what I'm hoping actually with the security cameras is that I'll have that in front of you to approve in the December meeting is what I'm hoping, and then we can move as quickly after that to get that done. If I'm assuming your approval of that project, okay?
Question, sorry. Is there still more Chromebooks coming to make us a truly one-to-one district, or to replace ones that may have broken since we bought them a few years ago or anything? Is any of that going to be done with the rest of the funds, or?
That
I don't
could
know if maybe there's
probably
already
use, that
things-
could be used with either one, I believe, possibly. I'll have to check with Jamie to
I
be
know
sure.
Whipple still doesn't have, that's,
But I
they're
haven't
still
had-
not one-to-one.
All I can tell you is I haven't had any requests, so I thought we were good. So there might be some lack of communication coming my way. So
But we
if
did-
they will
can I-
just communicate.
We
pardon?
did just order additional Chromebooks.
Okay.
It's coming from title funds, but we do have additional Chromebooks ordered.
Well, and we did have, but I'm certain you're aware of that. We had quite a few that were in the warehouse that were delivered. I thought that was 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, but if there's a need, we'll get them. I would not say though that
I'm
makes
not
us
sure. I would check,
totally
though.
one-to-one. I don't think we're there. Sometimes depending on who you talk to, they think, well, we're one-to-one. I was like, well, not really what would be a true one-to-one. No, we're not there. But if we need them, I believe we'll be able to get those. So it's just a matter of, I'm not aware of a lack of Chromebooks at the moment. So there's some flooring.
Ask and make sure
Yeah,
before
Oh,
you
I
spend
will.
it all on every
Yeah.
other things.
I will. It'll take a little while to go through this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. There's a certain amount of painting, some plumbing at the junior high, some drinking fountains. We have about $500,000 there for doors and fobs and sensors, which we need. Those are largely just for the auditorium, junior high and high school at the moment. They would not reach down. That's not enough to reach down into the elementary schools. I'm not even sure it's enough for those three, but we're hopeful that we can take care of some issues there. A little bit of landscaping at the junior high, and then we're working on those marquees, which will help us with our communication to our parents, and a few copiers and printers. So doesn't take too long to spend 2.41 million, and it's gone. But again, those bigger projects I'll put with you guys so that you know what's going on and you can approve those one way or the other.
And do you have them in order of priority of how we'll be addressing them?
No, that is not necessarily in priority. The security cameras are the #1 priority that I have right now.
Good.
Yep.
Okay.
As usual, there's a transportation facilities update. I'm not going to read those to you. There's a food service update. I thought there's some really cool things going on in the food service department right at the moment. Under the new interim director, Robin Hubbard. They've been offering some extra meals, some different choices for kids. So some really good things that are going on there with her. And we're hoping to keep her as we move into having a business-run food service department. Assuming that again is what we're going to move towards here as soon as we get all of our T's crossed and I's dotted. So there's some really good things going on. And I think I skipped one little thing. I did send a letter out in regards to the Office of Civil Rights and the issue that we had there. And the main thing in that 2-page letter was really the one sentence, that the Office of Civil Rights has resolved this case through its rapid resolution process and is dismissing the allegation and closing the case as of the date of this letter. So that's good news. So I think they're happy with us, that we worked well with them and we're able to take care of that issue.
Thank you.
So yeah, good job.
Item 9.1, classified personnel. You guys want me to read them all? Okay.
I'll make motion to approve the classified personnel positions as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.2, certified personnel. We have one, Janelle Hui, junior high reading specialist.
I'll make motion to approve as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.3, activities personnel. These are all of our athletes that went into layoffs, I believe.
I'll move to approve as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.4, trust policy service agreement. We had the trust here last month to talk about switching our policy services from ASBA over to them. And they explained it would be about a year process. So this is for your approval.
I'll move to approve the trust policy service agreement.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.5, GCCB policy second reading. Mr. St. John, do you want to talk about this a little?
Yeah, this is just the removal of GCCB. I believe, although I haven't been able to find historically why it's there or why it wasn't removed, but I believe it was supposed to be removed.
I move to approve the removal of policy GCCB.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.6, ASB recommended policy revisions, second reading. And
I'll move to approve for second reading as presented.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 9.7, school board self-evaluation tool. This would be a new tool that we would use for our evaluation process in December.
You guys have a chance to look at it?
This used to have a cost and it no longer
That's free.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's a webinar about it if anyone wants to learn more. I move to approve as presented.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.8, superintendent evaluation process. It's the law that, our policy and the law that we do our superintendent's evaluations in December, and this is our format that we're using for approval.
I know that we had it scheduled for December 8th, and I am actually not going to be here for the December meeting. I was wondering if there might be any way we could move it up to a special meeting prior to, or if it would be okay if we do have it on December 8th, if I were to be able to participate either remotely or telephonically, if it is okay with everybody.
Can you check with everyone, Virginia?
Do you want to do a special
there's a
meeting
date.
just for that item?
Or probably both.
Or do you want to move the whole meeting? I mean, we've had to move our
No,
meeting
just
a
for
lot.
that item is
Yeah.
what I was thinking,
Okay.
not
When
for
would you need
the.
it to be?
Well, I'm actually going to be leaving the state on the 29th of November, and I will be gone for approximately 3 weeks. And so either 2 to 3 weeks. So if we could either do it before I leave, or like I said, if I could at least have permission to, come in either remotely or telephonically, I'd be fine with that. Also, whatever pleases the rest of you. I just would like to attend it if possible.
Mhm.
But if not, that's okay too.
Yeah, I think we should be able to get you in here remotely. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
if I needed to, I could bring my laptop and set up a Teams meeting. You could appear that way, or yeah, we could make it happen.
Special meeting's pretty easy too. It's because it's in executive session. I mean, unless I don't want to have it, but which, but so it's pretty easy
It
to
just
move
gives
that
not
one
give us a lot
item.
of time for us to fill it out and then come back. So that wouldn't give us as much time. Because right now we're asked to fill this out by the 30th. But if we were going to have the special meeting before,
Right. I know it puts it
then
on
so
time.
just it doesn't give us as much time to fill it out and then get it to Virginia and everything. But
And
I would be willing to do that if,
Our
if
meeting,
we'd
our
rather
re-
be all in person.
Yeah, our regular meeting's on the 8th, so you probably have that next week if you wanted to do a special meeting too, so you could actually gain
But, but she's leaving
Oh,
the
never
30th.
mind.
So
Yeah.
it would need to be before she left if we were going to make a special meeting.
Right.
So, and I could either even do it myself with Mr. St. John prior to, if you guys would like me to do that. I just wanted you guys to know I would be out
Okay.
of town that day.
So if you got yours to her, Virginia, by the 30th, then you just appear telephonically,
That'd
I
be
think that'd
perfect.
be great.
Okay, that's great. That is okay with everybody?
Sure, yeah, she
Yeah.
can reach
Okay,
out to everyone
perfect.
tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We still need a motion to approve the evaluation process.
I motion to approve the evaluation process.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.9, transfer of WMI director responsibilities. Mr. St. John?
Yeah, so through the years, and just working with within our system, and I feel like there's just way too much on our director of curriculum and instructions plate. And in the end, he's like any smart, good administrator, you end up sort of getting help, right? We delegate. We don't do it ourselves, or we would never get anything done. So we need good, hardworking people, and everybody kind of wearing more than one hat, sure, but I feel like that's just way too much. And in the end, really, I think Dr. Taylor had Mrs. Tucker, Mrs. Durbin now, taking on a lot of tasks there to, and if you probably recognize her passion and effort that she's put in to the job, some of those job duties. And she just recently has received her interim administrative certification. So it just kind of made sense to me to allow that to take place and make those changes. So we're hopeful. We it is a little tricky with the title funding, but that's where we want to take the funding from if we can. If you noticed, actually, in the narrative, that's been changed from director to, we want to call that a head teacher. I know it's semantics, but even when you talk semantics, you get 301 money that's tied to teachers. That doesn't have to be, but it might be important to somebody, or do you know what I mean? So am I a teacher and we have to have teacher accreditation? That's really what Erin was hired for. But she's had to take on a lot of different responsibilities. Actually, all of the people down there have had to take on more different responsibilities than what they were sort of initially intended and hired for. So we just think that this is a good change. I was really actually wasn't going to find the funding for this, and still asked if Mrs. Durbin would take on the work, and she was willing to do that. But we felt, though, this could fit into still the Title I funding. So we're hopeful that works that way, that it does meet their requirements, and that's where the funding would come for the stipend. But either way, it's a good change for the district.
Well, I'd like to thank her for being willing to take this on. And I motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Go ahead.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.10, after-school tutoring program. This is for all of our elementary schools, right?
For the potential of that, yes. Yeah. It just doesn't fit really with Linden, but if she wanted to, at least if it's been approved here, she could, like, you're okay with that.
I'll make motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.11, fundraising activity. We have FBLA, Dodgeball, Travel Club, Sholo High School Girls Basketball, Winter Formal Dance, Sholo High School Girls Basketball, Sholo High School Art Club, Sholo High School Model Shop, Sholo High School Winter Formal, and Sholo High School Fine Arts Booster Club. For your approval.
Motion to approve is presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.12, sole source vendors. Mrs. Beecroft?
Yes, we have a vendor that the CTE program staff are wanting to use, which requires us to approve TFS results as a sole source vendors for procurement.
I'll make motion to approve sole source.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.13, out-of-state travel request for Mrs. Ashley Robinson for the Link Crew at the high school using title funds. For your approval.
I move to approve the out-of-state travel request as
Second.
presented.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9.14, donation recognition. We have, sorry, pop it up here. We have from the junior high, Mrs. Lana Howard's Sholo Junior High Foods Program was awarded $100 classroom cooking grant by the Arizona Pork Council for your approval.
I make motion to approve.
I'll second it with the recognition that we have an Arizona Pork Council.
Yes.
Pretty nice. I didn't know that existed. That's pretty sweet.
You're not a member?
I'm gonna be now. I'm gonna try to become, I don't know what the criteria is, but I'm gonna get on that.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 915, MPC dual enrollment compensation. Mr. Marsh for construction, $2,070, and Debbie Hall early childhood, $900.
I'll move to approve the dual enrollment compensation for the MPC.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Meeting in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Virginia, did you already have them
You
sign?
know how to set this
I
up,
will.
man?
Well,
Yeah.
for Phil? Did you already sign? Did you already sign, or she said she will?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
But I just sign it.